Today we're going to extract honey from Dad's honeybees. And so Dad's going to walk us through the process.
Well, it's honey harvest time, and about 4 days ago I removed the bee supers from the beehive. Supers are the boxes that we put on top of the colony and where they tend to store their honey. These are the super boxes here that I've brought into a spare bedroom with air conditioning and a ceiling fan for further dehydration. In some cases, the honey is fully capped and dry, like this comb.
So this is what you're looking for?
This is the ideal low moisture honey that you want to extract. But attached to that will be other sources of partially formed honey that are not capped, and they have a little higher moisture content. So the moisture content has to be monitored and slowly brought down under low humidity conditions. So that's why they're in the curing room. Using a refractometer, we were looking for 18% moisture for holding honey long-term without fermentation. So now we're going to go to the spinner to use centrifugal force to extract the honey from the combs. So we'll take this capped honey into the processing room and uncap it and put it inside the centrifuge. Okay, so here we are first in the uncapping process, or I use a electric knife and a tub to catch the cappings and the honey that will leak out. And in the bottom of the capping box, you can see where the honey drips through, and which we will collect that and filter that and use that as part of our harvest.
So how did you made this little setup?
Yes.
Okay, so what do we have here?
Okay, it's a board with a nail on it to hold the frame, and just a plastic tub from Walmart with a queen excluder in the bottom, right about 2 inches off the bottom, that holds the wax and the honey drips through.
Okay, and what's this?
This is a capping fork. So after we use the electric knife, we'll finish the job with the capping fork there.
Okie doke. So why are some honeycombs capped and some aren't? How's that happen?
The capped combs are fully cured, and the bees can detect the moisture level, and they know that it's safe to store, and at that point they cap it. The honey that's not capped is still nectar that's in the process of being concentrated.
How do they concentrate it?
They concentrate it by fanning it and allowing a natural drying process within the hive.
Cool. So I'm going to do a zoom in here of what it looks like uncapped. As soon as he cut off the cap tops, you can see the honey starting to ooze out. And here's a picture of what those caps look like. And also, this is fun to chew on. Okay.
And now with the capping fork, just catch the little edges that the knife missed.
Just opening up those few little capped
cells.
cells.
Removing the remaining caps. It's ready to go to the extractor.
And what will you do with this wax that has a little bit of honey in it?
It's melted down and saved as part of the harvest and used or sold as beeswax.
And then will you collect the honey out of there too?
Yeah, the honey that drips through the cappings is good honey for bottling after it's filtered.
Awesome.
Okay, so now here's the same frame that we just removed the caps going into the centrifuge. We're extracting honey, not producing radioactive material.
And so this is the centrifuge, and that's based on spinning stuff around, and the heaviest stuff gets slung to the outside, which the honey will get slung to the outside and run down. Then we have a little tap right here. And then Dad has a sieve here, and he has a piece of pantyhose over it. And that honey runs through the pantyhose and is a fine filter for the honey to get any little hairs and pieces of wax out. And then this will be the pure, untreated, raw, natural honey that we'll bottle up. Now we're doing our second frame. Ooh. Now, some of these don't have, that other one did not have honey on the back. This frame is this a plastic base? What do you call that?
Foundation.
This is a foundation. You put it in the hives, then the bees will draw it out and make this part the bees made. You can see where it starts right about there.
Right.
So here Dad's putting in a frame that's been drawn out and used a couple of times, and you can tell that because it's just a darker color. As they get used multiple times, they just get darker. So why do you put in 4, Dad? Do you have to have some on both sides?
Yeah, to keep the centrifuge from wobbling, it's important to try to balance them and monitor the speed so that it doesn't create too much vibration.
Okay. All right. Now, how do we turn this thing? Do you have a hand crank?
We used to do it by hand with a hand crank, but I modified the extractor to use a electric drill, a battery operated drill. So this is the power source at this point.
Cool.
And we begin, and we'll spin each side of the frame for 2.5 minutes.
Okay. Here's honey he's already extracted before I got here, about 2 gallons. These are food safe containers. One of the fun parts about helping with honey is having nature's chewing gum. When you chew this wax, the delicious capped honey is still in there, the very tippity tops that was in the caps we cut off. Mmm, so good.
All right, this is a refractometer. By placing liquid on the lens and monitoring through a scale that's been calibrated, you can detect moisture levels in certain liquids. So the first thing to do, we've got about a 2-gallon sample of honey here. I'm going to stir it up and mix it so it's uniformly, so that the sample gives a uniform answer. So I'm going to stir up our sample, make sure it's totally homogenized, and then put a drop of honey on the lens of the refractometer and read the moisture content. So now that I've thoroughly mixed the honey sample, I'm taking a few droplets on the end of the knife and putting it on the lens of the refractometer. Having done that, we will take our reading by closing.
Do you have to smooth it out, or it does it when you close it?
The lens has a cover slip and it's all smoothed out and it's calibrated to the right thickness to get an accurate reading.
Cool.
And now we'll go to the reading itself, and what do you find?
Let's see. Oh, wow. What is it?
The reading is exactly 18%, which is a 18% moisture, which is a very safe storage level for honey. All right, so we've got 18% moisture honey ready to pour in the jars. It's been filtered, but it's raw honey. This has not been heated, so it has all the goodies in it, all the pollen and flavors that make it a wonderful product.
Liquid gold. Wow, perfection. All of these jars are new and have been hand washed and dried to make sure there's no dust, dirt, chemical residue from the factory. We really take pride in keeping everything clean and wholesome and healthy here. So after extracting the honey, we put the empty frames that are still sticky with little remnants of honey out here by the beehives, and the bees will clean it up. So as you can see, they're swarming all around it. So excited for this extra snack. You can smell the beeswax from here. It smells so good. We hope you enjoyed our process from bees to honey. Thanks for watching our video.